We have a Mexican stand down where Newcastle has put in a 90 million bid and RB Leipzig is saying, show me the money, I want a bidding war, and Manchester United are saying, I only pick if Benjamin Šeško pick us. The question is, who will Benjamin Šeško pick? Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mufc Realist TV. And Mick Ruby here with the daily transfer bomber. As you heard it, the Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein came out to say that Newcastle had come out to put a new improved bid, reaching over 90 million. This is becoming a Mexican stand down, meaning the good, bad, and the ugly. We're going to run down to everything that's been going on. Who is in the pole position? What is going on behind the scenes? You know what to do, guys. Please do me a massive favor, like and subscribe. And let's send this transfer Sesko bullet away. Let's go. Let's do. Go!
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, we are definitely going. We are definitely running. And guys, you know how it is when you are sleeping and when you are dropping the ball, the David Ornstein bomber comes out and followed by Fabrizio Romano. And we heard stories before that Newcastle were pressuring RB Leipzig and Benjamin Šeško's agent, Elvis Bosanovic. Give us an answer within 24 hours or we will walk away. But what happened here? What happened here that they didn't walk away? Really, let's dive right into the stage. Let's put in what David Ornstein was saying here, guys. And this is crucial. They did a reverse. Exclusive, Newcastle United make an improved bid for RB Leipzig for Benjamin Šeško. New offer worth at least 80 million for the 20-year-old striker. Nothing agreed, but RB Leipzig currently favor Newcastle. No MUFC proposal as of yet. There was David Ornstein coming out there yesterday. And of course, you got to sort of understand they have done it again, Newcastle, going through the kitchen door and forcing Benjamin Šeško, speed up or we will walk away. Guys, this is classical maneuver. You know, they haven't really sort of having a personal terms agreed with Sesko. They got rejected the first time. We know in the background they have urgent matters regarding the sale or keep Alexander Isak. They don't really know. They're fumbling in the dark. They really don't know. They have a slight feeling that Isak might stay. I have a gut feeling because they held meetings with Isak yesterday. And I think they're going to convince Isak to stay and offer him a contract extension with higher wages rather to lose him to a rival like Liverpool. But Liverpool on the background is kind of waiting for Newcastle to give the actual green light. Moving forward, what Fabrizio also come out to say yesterday as well, that Newcastle have sent in, reiterating again what Fabrizio followed up, Newcastle sent in an official bid to RB Leipzig, Benjamin Šeško, worth 90 million now, he's saying. That is pretty much breaking it down like 80 million plus 10 add-ons. I don't really speak about the add-ons. I really look at the fixed figures, which is 80 million. It is approximately 70 million pounds. Now, keep this figure in mind. No decision as of yet from the player. Manchester United confirmed again that RB Leipzig, that they will build for Sesko if Sesko picks them. That is the consistent message, right? So this is the two number one beacons of transfer that is coming in to say. But I'm also going to look at what Laurie Whitwell has to say. I'm also going to look at what Ben Jacobs has to say, and also got to look at the information that I received this morning as I was sleeping, as per usual, because I am in Southeast Asia, so 7 hours ahead of the epicenter, which is Europe, 6-7 hours. So man got to sleep. The man got to sleep. But at the end of the day, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. Like, leave your comments below as well, because Ben Jacobs came in here, and this is the key for me. Like, you know, this is what I want to reiterate, that Newcastle are confident, what Ben Jacobs is saying, reaching an agreement with Leipzig as revealed earlier. That's what he says. Improved bid made over 80 million with an agreement between the club to close. Between the clubs close. Well, so far, you know, there has only been one bid in, And that has been like, this is the formal bid. The first bid was a speculative, Now this is actually an official bid now. The first one was speculative, a formal bid, which was blank rejected, was 75 million plus 5 add-ons, reaching to 80. But they want like fixed fees. So Newcastle pushing for a quickly answer. They were pushing for remember this, they push for a quick answer from Sesko. Not a saga they want to drag beyond matter of days. No formal Manchester United bid as of yet. But before that, Ben Jacobs also retweeted, what he said 13, 14 hours ago, is the Newcastle want an answer for Benjamin Šeško within 48 hours, or they will walk away. They also said that 24 hours. What happened? Well, basically, Newcastle are desperate. We said it. They are doing every means to kind of try to outbid Manchester United, to sway the players' mind, to say, look, we're putting it in public. We're doing everything we want you. But on the other hand, that reeks a little bit of desperation. And that is a tactic, which is a little bit of dirty tactics. You go to RB Leipzig, and RB Leipzig are like counting the Benjamins there. Not that Benjamin, but of course the money, the Benjamins. And hoping the Manchester United pressuring them that, okay, come on, it's your turn, bid. And that's what is stalling at the moment. That is exactly what is stalling. So what happened to the 48 hours? They didn't have patience as per usual. They went in, let's put in an official bid. Let's do it. Let's do it and see what happens. And hopefully Manchester United will pull out the race, which there never will be. Now, I followed up with another tweet this morning after speaking to the agency side and just trying to understand what is going on. And that's why I call it a Mexican stand down. Newcastle have now, it's official, submitted the official bid on 90 million in total, right? You've seen that from Fabrizio Romano. Ornstein didn't really mention the whole package, but it comes down after issuing a 24-hour stock warning again, but no green light from Sesko or his agent himself. Well, what is the case here? Sesko, he said, according to my understanding from close sources behind the scenes, he favors Manchester United, the size of the club, the long-term longevity, the long-term project, thinking about his career development. That is kind of the key factor, in this story, guys. Let me reiterate, that is the key factor. That is what's going on, and that is why he's thinking. As it stands today, confirmed by multiple sources that have been speaking to tier ones and the agency side of the deal, Manchester United have reiterated to both Leipzig, the agent of Sesko, and the player himself, they will only bid if the player chooses them. That is why the process is taking time. That is why Benjamin Šeško are stalling. That is why Benjamin Šeško has not given the green light to Newcastle. Behind the scenes, people, behind the scenes, it's a classic Mexican standoff. Leipzig know that Sesko prefers Manchester United. That has been confirmed from my end of it, but are keeping Newcastle in play to trigger a bidding war. That is exactly what is going on, according to my understanding. Something that Manchester United will not entertain or engage unless the player and his agent goes with a total commitment to Old Trafford and goes to the total commitment to the president, Mr. Schaefer, over there, to say, listen, Benjamin only wants Manchester United, and only then Manchester United would build. Now, this favors Manchester United in a way because they know that Newcastle are desperate, and they know that Newcastle will have to be forced to sort of look at other alternatives. So Manchester United are not in a rush. They're not in a rush. They know that the window is open to the end of August, and of course, they would love to have the striker in on the Premier kickoff against Arsenal. But I said it yesterday. A lot of people were asking me, Mick, do you think that we're going to have an answer today? I said, no, I don't think so. And I went to sleep because I knew that he hasn't chosen anything as of yet. And I know there is serious talks behind the scenes between Manchester United, Benjamin Šeško, and his agent directly. And I want to sort of also bring Laurie Whitwell to this stage as well, what Laurie Whitwell has to say. And I kind of agree with Laurie Whitwell is saying, because that is the same information that I have. Laurie Whitwell comes out to say, my information is that the situation is very open still. He still hasn't made up his mind. I'm aware that his agent is talking to Manchester United about his wages and associated fees that comes with the move. That means the agent fees and everything else. And I have the information as well to say that, listen, they have agreed the personal terms behind the scenes, the finances and everything else. They put a contract there for Benjamin Šeško, and they're all ready to rock, meaning it's a 5 years contract plus one add-on to say like 6 years contract. Now, Laurie Whitwell comes out to say, like, I don't see how they've been those kind of talks if Sesko have already decided to join Newcastle. My impression is that it was Manchester United that he favored because of the stature of the club and the long-term decision. That's exactly what I said in my tweet and timeline as well. 100%. I know Newcastle are in Champions League right now, but the idea that United will be in Champions League consistently, so you don't want to make a decision based on one summer. And that is Laurie Whitwell in this podcast of Talk of the Devil podcast. So let's break it down, people. Let's break it down. So Laurie Whitwell is saying, like, I don't understand pretty much Manchester United. They've spoken about the wages, they've spoken about the project. They know that Sesko prefers Manchester United. It would be weird because he's already decided to join Newcastle. If he already decided to join Newcastle, he would have already given the green light. United are the favorite because of the stature of the club, and they know that this is a long-term project. And that goes back to what I said as well, people. Let me just bring this to the stage. I'm going to share my screen, by the way, because I did a very good post about this as well earlier today. Let's add this to the stage. And at the end of the day, I want your thoughts and feelings regarding this. I'm going to present this. I'm going to put this to the stage right here, right now. Boom. Let's go. Add this to the stage. What's going on? Technology. Well, add this to the stage. Where is that? Oh, yeah, here we go. Definitely. So my lengthy tweet regarding the Mexican stand-on is exactly what Laurie Whitwell is saying as well. Newcastle have now submitted the official bid, and this is all because of the 24 hours warning that Newcastle were impatient. But the current situation as it stands, which you can sort of look at in the red as well, Sesko says to be favored Manchester United due to the size and long-term project, with career development being the key factor in his decision. Now, keep in mind this is very important. This is what Benjamin Šeško is taking his time. He's always wanted to sort of said, I'm ready. Like, I stayed at RB Leipzig to develop. I said no for a move in January. I decided actually to honor my commitment and further develop, and I'll be ready in this summer as a next step in my trajectory to go to a big club. And part of this gentleman agreement, what you hear is the big clubs like Manchester United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, potentially Arsenal, but Newcastle is not a big club. And that if Benjamin Šeško says pick Manchester United, there will not be a bidding war. There will be that gentleman's agreement price for a big club price, which is 60 million euros plus add-ons leading up to 70 million in total. Now, this is Newcastle's trying to pick a fight here. Definitely, I understand. But behind the scenes, it's a classic Mexican standoff, as I was saying. Like, Leipzig know that Sesko prefers United, but they are keeping Newcastle United in play to trigger a bidding war, something that United are aware of and won't engage unless the player and his agent signals total commitment to Old Trafford and takes it to RB Leipzig, guys. Classical. But as per usual, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings with everything that's going on. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, the good is being actually Manchester United. In my opinion, they are doing the right thing. They've been activated the player. They've been speaking to his agent. They have Christopher Vivell. They've been have numerous conversations, and he's been on the radar since 2018. So this is something that they said and presented, like, look, we don't have Champions League this year. You said you're not going to play in Champions League because RB Leipzig is not in the Champions League. But with the vision, what we are heading, with the new stadium, with the players that we have recruited, you have Mbuemo, you have, the likes of Cunha, Bruno, you'll be good, you'll be the main man, right? And part of this deal, potentially what we may see is Rasmus Højlund going on a loan. If you look at the last game on the US tour against Everton, Rasmus Højlund, if you didn't pay attention, only played the last 15 minutes. That tells you there is something behind the scenes that is brewing, because if RB Leipzig is getting rid of, Benjamin Šeško, they need a quick resolution, and the quick resolution is the dream striker target, Rasmus Højlund. And some media reports are saying, well, hang on, Mick, if he doesn't want to go, there's nothing Man United can do. Yes, actually they can. If it's a seasonal loan, we've seen that with so many players that you go that way and you come back next year. Like, you get minutes at RB Leipzig with the Bundesliga, which is good for you. But on the other hand, Manchester United also open to sell Rasmus Højlund. But I would say that it is more smarter for Manchester United to put a loan fee towards the Sesko deal, to get Højlund over the other way, and then put an option on an obligation to buy. Again, early days, but this is a saga that I think will drag on. I don't see any resolution further than later. I see that Newcastle will be desperate. They've already shown the cards already. It's like you're playing Texas Hold'em. Never show you cards. Just Manchester United being the cool poker face, sitting cool and composed and holding it there. At the end of the day, as per this video, who will Benjamin Šeško pick? And I'd be damn shocked if he didn't pick Manchester United the way it's been developing. But as per usual, you guys don't have any patience. You say walk away. I've seen some fans on Twitter to say, well, why would you pay that kind of money? Just go for Beleba, just go for a midfielder. I get that. But we don't have a proper striker, and the issue still remains. Don't have that Stockholm syndrome because Rasmus Højlund has shown good in the preseason. Yes, he had 2 good games, but then he disappeared in the 15 minutes cameo. The issue still remains. And however, there will still be money left. If we get this over the line, Manchester United will pivot towards a goalkeeper, which is most arguably to be Samuel Lemons, and a midfielder, which is, according to my sources and information, going to be Hayden Hackney from Borough. Guys, it's been Mick Ruby waffling around, or hopefully not waffling around, but just giving you the actually timeline and events, what's been going on. We heard Ben Jacobs talking, we heard Fabrizio Romano, Laurie Whitwell, and Fabrizio Romano as well, and David Ornstein and myself taking on. But at the end of the day, what matters is your thoughts and your opinions. So guys, leave your comment in the non-live comment section below. What do you think? Will he pick Manchester United? Will he go to Newcastle? Is this a Mexican stand-down when we have the good, bad, and the ugly? Man United being the good, where the ugly is being the Newcastle, and the bad is being RB Leipzig. They're expecting a bidding war. Guys, this has been Mick Ruby coming through you raw. As per usual, do not forget to do me a massive favor, and that is what? That's about it. This is me sending this transfer bullet away. Glory, glory, Manchester United, and we should see you to the next one. Send it, Mick.